Hello, Washington, King County, and City of Seattle. I've been a housing provider and facilitator for almost 3 decades. And I was thinking about making a long video about all the ways you guys are screwing things up. But then I thought, you know what? That's going to take a lot of time away from housing providing that I don't have. So while I'm on my treadmill, I'm going to do some videos to explain a narrative so that if anybody on Washington representation, King County representation, or Seattle representation is watching, you can start to make a positive change. The biggest issue that I see is that housing has become a conflict between housing providers and municipalities. Let me give you an example with a story. My business partner told me this story, and I think it's compelling to explain how difficult you've made things. Right now, if I want to go out and provide a new housing unit, it's going to take me over a year and tens of thousands of dollars in risk and expense, which adds to the cost of housing. It wasn't always this way. It's going to be an extreme example. Back in 1973, one of my business partners built his first home. He didn't have to go down and trudge through the city of Seattle and find parking and go up the huge tower and pay to get there. You guys had a satellite office. In that satellite office in Lake City, he went in, he presented his request for a building permit. When he presented that request for the building permit, the person at the desk greeted him with a smile and said, "Great, you're providing housing for our city. What can I do for you?" He said, "I want to build a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. What do I do?" She asked him to trace out the footprint on a piece of lined paper where the house would sit, how many square feet, etc. Within 25 minutes, they'd reviewed the water access, the electricity, everything else. Within 25 minutes, he slid the piece of paper over to them. They charged him $300 for a building permit, and he was out the door building the same day. That same permit today in the city of Seattle, there's no satellite office for that. You got to go downtown and trudge through it. It's going to take probably over a year and tens of thousands of dollars plus to get through the process. This increases risk and it increases expense for housing providers, and that all gets pushed onto entry-level housing. So let's start there. Let's make it easier and less expensive